I just got Benji's results back and I'm really excited to share them with you. I just bought these 3 omega-3 index tests from Omega Quant, not just for myself and my husband, but for Benji too, because, well, why not? He's a part of the family after all, and when I found out they do tests for dogs, I couldn't help myself. But why did I decide to test in the first place? And why omega-3 specifically? Well, Benji is just over 5 years old, and because he's a large breed, he's at higher risk of joint issues. When we had his hips x-rayed a few years back, the vet said they're on the narrow side and that he might develop arthritis later in life. So you can understand why I'm a bit paranoid about it. Yes, he's getting natural mobility supplements and bone broth. I give him small oily fish 3 to 4 times a week, add golden paste to his meals. He goes swimming, has regular chiropractor appointments. We use an LED red light device. Basically, we're doing our best so that he can feel comfortable and isn't in pain. But because he can't tell us, the worry is still there. Is it enough? Do these things make any difference? I didn't want to just hope for the best, so I decided to test to know where we all stand. And while I can't take everything, at least now I can measure the levels of the important omega-3 fatty acids, so EPA and DHA, in Benji's blood. And once I have the results, I'll be able to adjust his diet to reach the desired 3 to 8% range. Or maybe we are already there and we just keep doing what we're doing. Who knows? Sorry, I just realized I've been throwing around the term omega-3s like it's common knowledge. But if you're not sure what it means, don't worry. Let me break it down for you. Omega-3s are healthy fats that your dog's body needs but can't produce enough on its own. There are quite a few different omega-3 fatty acids out there, but the 3 most talked about and most important for dogs are ALA, EPA and DHA. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the full names. I'll just have them listed somewhere on the screen for you. ALA comes from plants like flax and chia seeds, while EPA and DHA are mostly found in fish and algae. They help reduce inflammation, keep the heart healthy, maintain a shiny coat and healthy skin, protect the joints, and support brain function. Pretty cool, right? So when it comes to joint problems in dogs, such as arthritis, they often develop when the cushioning cartilage inside the joint starts to wear down and inflammation builds up. That inflammation makes the joint stiff, sore, and harder to move. Omega-3s, especially EPA and DHA, help by calming that inflammation. With less swelling, the joint moves more easily, pain is reduced, and damage to the cartilage can be slowed down. This means that if a dog's omega-3 levels are low, there is less of this natural anti-inflammatory effect, which can make the joint issues worse over time. So, why test? Because our and our dog's intake doesn't always match the needs. The modern human diet and many commercial pet diets can be disproportionately high in omega-6 fatty acids, the pro-inflammatory ones, and low in omega-3s. When the ratio is skewed, inflammation can creep up and you can start noticing issues with joints, skin, heart, and much more. For example, one study showed that lower blood levels of omega-3s were linked to higher levels of aggressive behavior in dogs. This, of course, doesn't mean omega-3s magically fix behavior, but it does suggest that they play a role in brain chemistry and stress regulation. Even outside of specific diseases like arthritis, omega-3s help reduce skin inflammation, improve coat shine, support cognitive function in aging dogs, and may even benefit kidney health. A more recent 2025 study on senior dogs found that higher dietary DHA and EPA levels were associated with better cognitive performance, which supports findings we see in human studies on aging and memory, which is why I keep banging on about EPA and DHA, and it still baffles me that they aren't considered essential for adult dogs by organizations like AFCO or FEDIAF. For puppies, yes, DHA is considered essential because it's critical for brain and retinal development, and the ability to convert plant-based ALA into DHA is very limited. For adult dogs though, ALA is the only omega-3 officially deemed essential under most nutritional guidelines because adults can theoretically synthesize EPA and DHA from it. But we know this conversion is inefficient, with only a small fraction of dietary ALA becoming EPA and even less becoming DHA. So, my hope is that by sharing this information with other dog owners like you, I can spread awareness and that more people will start to include fish or fish oil supplements in their and their dogs' diets. And maybe even test like we're doing now. Because for me, testing is about clarity. I don't want to guess whether my omega-3 intake is probably fine. I want to know, and I want to know where we stand with Benji too. So, just a quick word about the test itself before I sign off. You can collect your own blood sample at home. It's a simple finger prick method. But to test your dog, you need to take the kid to your vet and ask them to draw the blood. Don't try to do it yourself. We've got our vet appointment booked for tomorrow. After that, I will collect our samples and send them all off for testing.
One eternity later.
I just got Benji's results back and I'm really excited to share them with you. It's only been a week since I sent off his blood samples and I must say I'm very impressed with the company. So, how did he do? He scored 4.86%, which falls within the recommended range of 3 to 8%. I'm really happy with that because it shows we're on the right track. For now, I'll keep giving him fish a few times a week along with the occasional fish oil supplement. But what about your dog? How can you improve their omega-3 levels? Well, the easiest way is to start adding fish to their meals. It doesn't matter if your dog eats kibble or raw diet because every dog can benefit from omega-3s. Now, which fish are best? The richest omega-3 sources include anchovies, herring, mackerel, salmon, sardines, swordfish, trout, and even oysters. And yes, I know oysters aren't technically fish, but they are worth mentioning because they contain nearly 700 milligrams of EPA and DHA per 100 grams and are exceptionally rich in zinc, which is fantastic for healthy skin. The next question you might ask is whether you should feed fresh or tinned fish. I always recommend fresh. Why? Because fresh fish hasn't gone through heat processing. Omega-3s are very light and heat sensitive, so they oxidize easily. And the high heat used in manufacturing doesn't just damage the fatty acids, it can also reduce certain vitamins and minerals by huge amounts. For example, up to 75% in vitamin B1 and 51% in vitamin B2. You might be like, okay, I want to try, but where do I buy fresh sardines? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Check your local pet shop that stocks raw food and see if they sell small oily fish. I usually pick up 1 kilo bags for about £5 and they last me roughly a month, if not longer. If you have a foodie like Benji, you won't even have to defrost the fish. I give them to him straight from the freezer and he happily eats them like that. What about fish oil supplements? Well, they can be a great addition too, but you have to be careful. Like I said, omega-3s are extremely sensitive to light, heat and air. So, if you opt for a fish oil supplement, always store it in a cool, dark place. And if you've got a small dog, never buy a large bottle as it will likely go rancid before you finish it. And giving your dog rancid oil can be risky, so don't take the chance. If the oil smells off when you open it, just throw it away. Okay, that's it from me. Thanks so much for watching and I will see you in the next one.